March the 13th, 2014. Here is another story of mass fish die-offs, and I have to question. Are we looking at an end time scenario? We know later on in the book of Revelation that all the life in the sea will die, the waters will become bitter. But I try to stick to the living word and of what Yeshua, what Jesus warned us about. Famines, pestilence, earthquakes in divers places, war and rumors of war. But he did not mention mass animal die-offs. We know that in the days of Noah, that Yahweh, Father God, spared the animals and made sure they were taken on the ark and the door was shut. Now we hear in the prophecy of Hosea for that time period a warning to the people of Israel to turn back to him and to turn from their evil ways, or he would take away the fowl of the air and the fishes of the sea. What is this for today at the point we are at right now? Let's go to the article. I just want to bring you the truth of the word. I don't want to hype this up or sensationalize this. It is very, very common now. Since 2011, we're seeing mass animal die-offs, fish dying around the world. But are we going to connect this with the birth pains? And I can't find where Jesus spoke of this happening. Newville Trout Hatchery owner reports thousands of fish deaths. Now I'm here not to please man, I'm here to please my Father in heaven and to bring the truth. And so I question a lot of what I see. All right, nearly 10,000 fish have died at a Newville trout hatchery whose owner said he suspects the spring that is the source of water for his hatchery has been contaminated by manure runoff. Doug Holt of Shippensburg said he got a call from his employees at the Green Spring Trout Farms on March the 2nd telling him that fish were dying. He arrived at the hatchery to see his workers pulling heaps of dead fish from the muddy green water in his tanks, water that he said usually runs clear and comes from a series of underground springs. When I got here, we had already lost an entire section of fish, so I hurried up and hopped in to start throwing out the dead fish, and I immediately smelled the odor of manure coming up just from the movement of the water, Holt said. Holt called the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection, which sent a crew to assess the situation. A spokesman for the DEP could not immediately provide information on the incident, but promised some answers later today. The only thing we can think of is March was the opening day of spring, and that's apparently when farmers are able to start spreading their manure, obviously with some restrictions, Holt said. But with what's happening here, I'd say they aren't paying much attention to those restrictions. Holt, who worked at the hatchery for almost 2 decades before he bought it in 2012, said the situation appeared to be improving Thursday, but then the oxygen levels of the water, normally 8 or 9 parts per million, dropped drastically. Saturday night, readings were just 5 parts per million, he said on Sunday. Holt put out requests and rented equipment to supplement his 3 gas-powered water pumps and 8 generators, and said the result of, as of Sunday, was more or less a stalemate. He said the cost of gas to keep the machines going was more than $500 just on a Sunday alone. The DEP visited Holt's hatchery 3 times, including once to take field tests on Tuesday, but he said he has not heard back from them on either their test results or the outcome of inspections they told him they were making at nearby farms. In the meantime, Holt sets his phone alarm to check oxygen levels and the pumps every hour. He has only been home twice in the last week. He shook his head Sunday as he looked out over rows of dead fish. This is our livelihood, he said. If we lose all the fish, I don't have enough money in the bank to restock the tanks. The ordeal has left Holt impressed by the generosity of people. A neighbor loaned him a tractor to help supply power, and Limestone Springs Fishing Preserve in Lebanon County let him borrow some of its aerators. He received offers of help from as far as Minnesota. A fellow from North Carolina volunteered to drive some pumps up to me, Holt said, adding he turned down the offer. He said it's only 8 hours. So people coming together in this crisis here. But is this an act of God? Are we at the wrath period? Are we at that point in the book of Revelation? Or are we still in the birth pains? And what did Jesus say in Matthew 24? When the disciples asked him, what will be the signs of the end of the world and of your return? And we know what was spoken, but I don't remember hearing about dead fish. I do remember hearing about a prophecy given to the prophet Hosea for a different time, a warning for the people to turn back to God, or he would take away the fowl of the air and the fishes of the sea. But that was not for this time. And if you are studying and you hear, you read the words and you hear and understand the book of Revelation, there's a blessing there. Leave me comments, everyone. God bless you today.